Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Starsong Academy, Arc 2, or Season 2, depending on your preference. This is the official Episode 1 for the Brisbane Expedition Group. This is technically our second recording, but the first recording doesn't exist. Where we left off in the last arc, the group had just finished beating Corvus and had finally put him to rest, or so they thought, in the bottom of Sydney Harbor. They went back to their school and got back to their regularly scheduled programming, as it were, before Corvus decided to come and show them that maybe they were not so done with him. Corvus took the school in the midst of a long battle into Malays's dimension. And the adventuring class, through great struggle, and with the help of Professor Drake Garion, who they now know to be an ancient Draconian, and Cryos using a lot of his power, as well as Lysander and Clementine, they were all able to manage to create a holding for the school, propping it up in the air above the coals that are the ground in this dimension. And now, after they elected that they would go to adventure out to Sydney and to Brisbane, a month has passed since they arrived, and tensions have been high. Barely anybody in the school has had time to talk, as repairs were going on, been trying to manage rubble, what have you. But we have also seen some touching family reunions, which is where we will begin, with Rowan and Augie, as they are standing idly by in what used to be the grand hall of the school, and has now been made the central organization area for all the people working on the school's rebuilding. Rowan, you were brought here by Augie, as she said that you were both waiting for someone. And Augie, you know that you brought Rowan with you so that he could see off your mother with you, because you were too nervous to talk to her on your own. And would you two like to tell me what your characters look like after a month in this chaos dimension?
If you would like to go first, Rowan.
I don't think he would. Augie, why don't you go first?
Why? Why?
Because I said
Okay.
so.
Why are you like this? So mean to me.
I'm not
So,
mean.
Augie, she is rugged and worn. She looks a bit scruffier than she ever does. She was once pristine and well kept, but now her hair loosely is drawn around her shoulders in a weak little ponytail, and her clothes are the scraps of what her spearhead uniform used to be. She kind of teeters back and forth on her feet, waiting anxiously, occasionally nudging Rowan with her elbow.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Yep.
What does Rowan look like?
I still am not great with descriptions, so I'm going to keep it brief. Rowan is more or less the same in his, at least, behavior. Maybe a little more stressed. Being in, another dimension tends to do that to you. He's gotten just a bit taller. He's still wearing his gamer clothes under his wizard uniform. I don't think he's realized that he doesn't actually need to not wear that. And his hair is messier. Yeah, that's all I have. He nudges Augie back whenever she tries to elbow him. As with some sort of game.
And eventually, Augie's mom does wander back in with a clipboard in hand. You can see that her scholarly robes that she would usually wear to the council meetings are a little bit torn and tattered, but they're the most formal wear she has right now. You can see that she is delegating tasks. In fact, you see her say something to oh goodness, I forgot his name. You see her say something to Headmaster Starsong, who gives her a brisk salute and walks away. And she comes over to the two of you and says, "Hello, Augustine. You wanted me to come by. What is it? I've been missing you while I've been working. I hope you have been well."
Augie, she tenses up some, but forces herself to relax, and she looks to her mom. She's like, "Hey, I how do I put this?
What's up?
The expedition's heading out today, and I just wanted to say bye, And I brought Rowan if he wants to say bye too."
Oh, hello, Rowan.
She kind
You
of
were
gestures to Rowan behind her. Sorry.
Rowan waves. Yeah.
you're
I Augie's mom.
Augie. This is your best friend, right? The one that you've been telling me about.
Rowan nods vigorously,
Ah,
despite not being addressed.
Yes. I mean, best friend, that's kind of a strong word, but yeah, you do that.
I mean that's what you've been saying. I would use no stronger words than what had come out of your own mouth.
Rowan looks at Augie.
Why would you say that in front of him?
Are you not? She leans in. Are you not best friends?
We're best friends, but he doesn't know it.
I was getting the vibe that you want. Or is vibe the right word? I was getting the notion that you really wanted to spend time with him, so I was trying to get it moving. Is that not what mothers do? In fact, actually, I was reading a book earlier, so I learned a new phrase. Go get him, tiger. And she bonks you on the shoulder. And then she kind of leans back. I do have to be on my way, but Augie, if you would like a hug before I leave, I would appreciate it very much. But of course, you are by no means required.
Augie looks like her mother had literally ruffled her feathers. She's all puffed up. Her ears are bright red. And she just kind of nods and goes up and hugs her mom.
Yes. Thank you, dear. And Rowan, if you would like a hug as well, of course.
Yeah, okay. Yes, please. And Rowan sort of just
She
does that.
wraps you both up in a hug, and she squeezes as tight as she can, which is not very. She's very scholarly, not so much built. And she let's go. You know, it has been very, refreshing, I suppose, to not have to do work for the council and get to be my own woman for once.
It's nice actually seeing her around too.
You really think so?
Well, I do. I really do. Just knowing that you're here makes me feel better.
Oh, I could just...
Even though you won't be.
She makes that noise, and she
Oh.
ruffles your hair a little bit. It's good to hear. I do have to get going, though. I have to make sure that everybody's on time and in their places, but I'll be sending you love from here.
Thanks.
Good luck, Augie, and Rowan.
Yeah?
Good luck to you both.
Oh, right, yeah.
We'll be safe.
Oh,
luck to you.
actually, I did pass by, Geoff, I think his name was,
Oh, yeah, Jeff.
in the hall on the way here. He's doing some physical training right now, and, or physical therapy, sorry, and he said to send you two his way when I was done with you.
Oh?
Oh! That sounds awesome!
I know you've both been very busy, but I figured I would send you his way. And then she walks off with a clipboard.
She kind of waves by as her mom walks off and then nudges Rowan again with her elbow violently.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Rowan waves as well after being nudged.
Guess we'll... Should we see your dad then?
Yeah, that'll be good.
Oh god, now I have to remember what Geoff's voice was like. You both walk down the halls, and you find yourself in the, Soarstrong, wing of the school. With, Geoff and... Rowan, what was your sister's name? I always forget. You find Geoff and Sophie in the hallway outside of one of the main classrooms in the Soarstrong wing of the school. Which you would look and it would be Elemental Studies. They are right outside. In fact, you see Juniper as well, the school nurse, who is holding him by his arms and helping him try to walk. And then you just you take a step here, and then you take your next step with your left foot. I know it hurts, but just keep trying. I know, I'm trying. Oh, hey, Rowan. Augie too. Hey.
She lets out a little polite wave and then stands behind Rowan.
Come on over. I could actually use your help if you've got a second.
Yeah? Okay, Rowan, darts over.
Here, just, if you want to get my shoulder, right over... And he, reaches his shoulder up over you, so you're kind of, propping up his right side, while Juniper, who stands a good 1.5 feet taller than you, is attempting to prop up his left side.
Like this?
Yep, just like that, sport. Alright. Yeah, I heard that you guys were gonna be heading out today. And today is also the start of my physical therapy from Miss Juniper. Hello. And you look over at Juniper, who is as tall as ever, standing at a solid 7'5". And she actually looks down at you. I was experimenting with some new necromancy, healing abilities, and Geoff was willing to be the preliminary test subject for I say test subject, it's pretty well-known magic, I just had to use it in a new way. And I was able to, not heal directly, but greatly accelerate the healing process on Geoff's spine into a way that it would have been originally. I have also managed to completely reattach the bones in his legs, so he is, for better or worse, getting better. And hopefully, with what we have read and what we have studied, there should be no adverse side effects. But it will take a little while for him to get used to walking again after a full month. But I figured, since he is your father, I would let you try to help with his physical therapy for today. I know that you are leaving later, but we're only doing an hour at a time.
Okay. I'm happy to help. What do you want me to do?
Just help him walk down this hallway.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
If you'd like to have your friend help, I fear that I am at a very unhelpful angle.
I can help.
Augie, not sure if she has a much better angle.
I mean, I know she is short, but he can at least prop up on her rather than trying to reach up at me. So I will let you two take the lead on it, and Rowan, to continue your studies, here is the book that I learned it out of.
Oh, thank you. Rowan sets it down on the floor because he's, I assume, still supporting Geoff.
Yep, she gives you a little leather-bound tome. It is white dyed leather, so on the front is white with black letters that say Necromancy in Regenerative Magics, Prototype 1.
Yeah, I'll just set this down for now. I'll pick it up again later.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I happen to know that I do have the second volume of this book somewhere in the library, but while it is still being rebuilt and kind of trying to find what tomes we can salvage, I am not currently aware of whether it is intact or not.
Wait, did you say in the library?
It is, yes, it is currently mostly collapsed, but we are working on it.
Is that will it be maybe fixed by the time we get back?
I will try to have found it by the time you get back from your first outing.
What was the next book about?
I believe it was Necromantic Magics, the Prototype 2 book. Oh goodness, it was I believe it was Necromantic Magics in Reversal of Movement.
Reversal of movements?
Yes. It was used to help people who had say you get your bone broken, and it would be a simple fix if you could just bend the bone back into place. Yes, if we could just re-bend the bone, it could be normal. But it has also had some more practical uses in some wizarding construction work. There have been a few wizards who happened to know this and saved themselves from getting crushed by rocks, because they reversed the rocks from where they were back up to the top.
Wait, but I thought necromancy was like to do with just like healing and stuff. Is it not?
It is more than that.
More?
Necromantic magic is largely returning things to how they were. Which is why it is so useful in healing magic. But it has some more frowned upon uses, which is why it is so closely regulated.
Like zombies? Or
It is, I mean, that is why it is called necromancy, is because it can bring things back to life. But that is very frowned upon, and that is why for a long time necromancers were taken away, because there was fear that they would learn of the necromantic magic and attempt to make a zombie apocalypse. And we are, well, I feel it is easy to say that we do not want a zombie apocalypse. Anyway, you do not have to shiver so hard, young man.
yeah, no, yeah.
But I will get you that second novel when I get it for you. Go help your father.
Yeah, I'll do that. And he sort of just runs back over to Geoff. Hey, so you've been. Never mind. Let's hope you get down this hallway.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I just had a character for a second. Did you say Sophie was also here?
Yeah, she is.
Just like nearby, watching, or
Yeah.
okay. Wait, and Jeff, just to recap, he knows that I'm like a necromancer, right?
The recording just got a little preview of the next song that we'll be playing. Yeah, you guys are helping Geoff.
So, just double checking. Jeff knows that I'm a necromancer. I kind of want to tell him about the whole thing I just found out about. Something.
Yeah, you can. And while you were talking to Geoff about this and helping him down the hallway with Sophie and Mayo, and Augie, we are going to switch scenes. And we zoom in on the magic history classroom, where Kellen and August can be seen pushing a bookshelf up against the wall together, as down on the floor, Lysander is attempting to pick up books with incredible historical significance to make sure that they are at least somewhat still intact. Oh, Lysander, is this one important? And Lysander, you see Kellen reaches for a book that was about to fall, and it's the book is bound in red, and it's titled the Length and Legacy of Soar Strong. Lysander?
Lysander just like reaches over. He's like, "Yeah, I'll grab that one," and he puts it on the bookshelf.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, a lot of these books I had never even read. I didn't know that you were teaching all this to kids.
That's my job.
Huh? I mean, yeah, I guess it is. Sorry, I didn't really think that sentence through.
Lysander just smiles at him and continues picking up books and putting them on the shelf in a way that makes sense only to him.
Is there anything you want August to do while we're getting everything situated? And he like tries really hard to wink at you, but it is incredibly obvious and not at all subtle.
You can you can go check on Octavius in the office.
That's amazing. Hey, August, why don't you go talk with Octavius, huh? He's in the other room. I'm sure he would love to hang out with you.
Oh my god, you're so right. He is in there, isn't he?
And you see August climb up the ladder. Ladder, right? Is Lysander's office above his classroom?
No, it's just next to it.
Oh, okay. You see August run through the door, and you can hear in your brain, "Oh my god, it's August! Oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 oh!" As you can feel Octavius's emotions, and you feel them go from excitement to realization to fear. You do not know the context, but you you may not get to.
Lysander just called out to August, like, "Be careful with him."
Lysander, he's trying to twist my tentacles. I mean, my arms. Lysander, you have to tell this kid I'm not a toy.
He just ignores Octavius.
Cal looks over at you. Is something funny happening? You look like you're laughing about something.
He just shakes his head. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay, well, there was something I wanted to talk to you about, if you have a minute. And Kellen like gets up really close to you.
Lysander just looks up at him.
Can I look at your hand for a second? And he like reaches his hand out for you to like hold it or put your hand in his.
Lysander becomes the physical human embodiment of a question mark, but holds out his hand anyway.
The other one. He gestures at your right hand.
Okay. I swap hand.
So, do you remember, when we got those bracelets last year?
Yes.
Well, I just wanted to remind you, I know today you're going out, and, he goes to, like, kiss you. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Hell yeah. I reciprocate.
Awesome. You both share a kiss, and for a moment it's very peaceful in the room, very quiet. And in the next room you hear a tsh, and it kind of shocks you both, and you like pull apart for a second. I'll probably have to fix that. But I just wanted to remind you that I will never be any more than a thought away.
Lysander just kind of nods, and then what's it called? The face. He touches his face on the cheek with his hand.
Nice.
Yeah.
He just like kind of puts your face in his hand as well, and you both just stand there looking at each other for a minute. Then you hear the as the door slams open, and August runs out. I'm the king of the wizards! And you see him with Octavius on his head. Lysander, this is the fucking bomb! I love this kid! And and I will give you the option on what you want to do in this situation. Lysander?
He just pats Octavius on August's head.
Lysander, I taught the kid a spell.
He immediately retracts his hand. What did you teach him?
You hear echo through the room. August, brain blast. And you look as August puts his fingers to both of his temples, and you watch a desk across the room explode.
Lysander immediately grabs Octavius off August's head.
August goes,
No,
What
no,
did you
no!
do that for?
Give me my brain blast back! I can't
is
brain blast
not-
without the octopus!
Brain blasting is not for children.
Kellen, like, picks up August. No, you can't just go brain blasting in other people's rooms. August, we're gonna have a big talk about brain blasting later. Lysander, I'm so sorry. I'll take him back to his room. But, don't forget, just because I love you doesn't mean that your students don't too. You better not get in any trouble and scare them. Or me.
Sorry, I'm still emotionally recovering from brain blast.
It's okay. As he says that, he walks out of the room, and as you attempt to put the desk back together and shelve the last of your books, we shift to the final scene before you all meet up. With, we see first in this scene, the courtyard, sitting on the edge of the school. And we see coiled up around the edge a large green dragon who is talking to a much smaller man in long white robes that almost touch the floor, long black hair, and large, thick-rimmed circular glasses, one of which seems to be cracked in a couple places. And they seem to be chatting about something. And as the camera gets a little closer, you can see that in front of the already pretty short man is a student standing at about 5'6", wearing a green jacket with a white polo shirt underneath, and long jeans and black dress shoes. He's a darker skinned kid with brown, very curly hair. And he's looking up at the dragon. Hey, Professor Professor Garion, right? I didn't know you were a dragon. Oh, I need to unmute you. That's my B gamer.
Well, that is quite all right, Finn. Not many. It is not common knowledge.
I just wanted, I know that me and my guys, the Star Prisms, which is, what we call ourselves now. You know, me, Eli, and the gang,
Yes, quite a
We-
fitting name.
we were told that we were gonna go out to the wastes and just look for people with the headmaster? Are you sure that he can be trusted? Just like in general? I'm just worried about the safety of the other guys. I mean, I could punch that old crotchety man in the jaw, but
I'm quite certain that he will be able to do his duty.
I mean, whatever you say, Professor.
And even if he cannot, I believe that you will be able to do what you need to do to protect you and your friends.
Yeah, I
believe
got
in
it.
you wholeheartedly, Finn.
I'll make you proud, Professor.
You all already have. I'm proud to call you all my students.
I'll pass it on. Thanks. And he tries to fist bump you, like he always would.
He kind of holds out one claw.
He fist bumps the claw. This is really weird. Anyway, I'm gonna go talk to the gang. I'll see you later.
And he kind of nods his head.
And you see this kid run off back into the school, where you can see standing in the doorway another kid who's wearing this time green full robes with a pajama shirt underneath that says Fortnite Victory Royale, and some black pajama pants with little blue square rimmed glasses and blonde slicked forward hair. Here we go. Hey Finn, we were waiting for you. And you see Finn and Eli go back into the building. And Drake, that leaves you with Orion. So, hey, Drake. I'm supposed to be taking the kids to, and Lysander to Brisbane. But I'm not sure. What if he's there?
Well, then I guess it is, do your best to get the children away from there.
Yeah. I was thinking, I made this little thing for the festival last year. There's these two bracelets. Professor Lockwood and Spark actually ended up winning them, which was really cute. But I tried to make a smaller version that only works sometimes. And he gives you a little, it seems like a gem amulet you would wear. It seems very small for you, but you would know if you went back to your human form, you could easily wear it around your neck. Just keep it on you. It doesn't have to be physically touching you, just in your vicinity. And if we need help, I'll call.
I will be sure to answer.
Okay. I just listen, I know that I'm capable and that you keep telling me that I've got it, but
he kind of brings one claw and kind of puts it against his chest. Even if you do not believe that you are worthy to be called a necromancer or a great person, everything that you have done has truly been the best that you could, given your circumstance.
That
Try your best
it
every
really
day
means a lot.
to be even better.
Thank you. I okay. I'm gonna go try and find where Augie and Rowan are before I become a little puddle.
I am proud of you, Ryan.
And he just like, he kind of like, you see little like orange magic wings poke out of his back, and he like just kind of floats away.
The boy.
And we then shift to Lysander. You are just coming into the Great Hall as you see across the way Orion kind of talking and gesturing with his hands and occasionally like coming up and wiping at his eyes as he talks to Rowan and Augie, and he starts waving at you, kind of gesturing you to come over to the group.
Huh? Oh yeah, we go over. I go over.
You're already there.
Oh,
He's waving at Lysander.
I'm so sorry.
You can hear him calling from across the room. Lysander, hey! Lysander, do you head over there? Oh no, is your push to talk breaking? Oh, it just told me you're typing. Okay.
Okay, it's back. What was happening? I was
Orion is gesturing you over to the group as you see him like wiping tears off of his face as he's talking to Rowan and Augie.
I go over there.
Awesome. You get over there and you can still hear Orion kind of like whimpering a little bit as he talks. Hey guys. I was just kind of waiting to get going with things until Lysander got over here. Sorry, I'm a little misty-eyed right now. Had a good talk with Professor Garion.
Lysander just kind of gives him a sympathetic pat on the shoulder.
It's okay. It's okay. I gotta be teacher mode. Okay. All right. So we gotta get going.
Now I think everybody thinks the drink bullied Orion.
So it's just gonna be us for right now. And if we need any help, I've got a line out to Professor Garion, and he'll bring us some help. Or so it's just gonna be me and then you three, and are you guys ready to go? If you have any last minute packing to do, I mean, you can do it right now. It's really up to you guys.
I double checked my bags this morning. What? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Augie like shuffles around in their pockets and offers him a handkerchief.
Robo, you can just say that.
Oh, okay. Rowan holds out a smoothie to Ryan and he goes,
No, it's okay. I'm just not used to people telling me that they're proud of me.
and he just like starts breaking down again.
Lysander pulls him into a hug.
He goes to hug you back and you could feel like the tears like making your like shirt wet.
Lysander subtly tries to magic away the
You know what? I'll actually have you roll for that. Roll brains.
Oh god, okay.
First roll of the session.
First roll of the arc.
Yippee!
Well, for you guys at least.
Oh wow. Lysander being a master of water.
You easily dry your clothing. You like take the water droplets that get onto your shirt and like move them down onto the floor. And there is now just a little puddle on the floor of Orion tears.
Hell yeah.
And he like kind of stands up and you see him like he tries to be really cool and like pop the collar of his robes and he puts it back. Sorry, that wasn't cool. Anyway, yeah, so last chance.
It's okay, you're trying.
Do you guys need anything else before we leave? I got some provisions from Kitchen Ghost.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
Here, look.
We got
And he
everything.
pulls out his bag. And there's like a little, what are they called? Got a little like Cambro in his bag, like the little Tupperware containers. And he's got a, he has like 17 individual Tupperwares with tiny burgers in them.
How small are we talking? How
Okay.
small are these burgers?
They're like,
Are they like slider sized?
Are these sliders?
So I want you to do me a favor. I want you to take your thumb and then put it
Yeah,
next to your
I'm
other
taking my
thumb.
thumb. Okay.
That is the size
I
of
can
the
do that.
base
Push
of the
thumb.
burger.
What? What? My hands are small.
And then they are about
are
as
tiny
long
burgers.
as tall as from one knuckle to the end of your thumb.
Those are tiny. Those aren't even sliders.
So I got these burgers from Kitchen Ghost that get bigger when you take them out of the little container. But they're small, so they're travel sized.
They're travel size.
But they're really cute, and I don't want to eat them. Lysander,
wait
do
to
you
put
want a
one in my
tiny
mouth.
burger?
My mom would never let me have a tiny burger. Can I have one?
Yeah.
And he gives everybody a tiny burger, and the next thing you know, you're all walking out towards the edge of the courtyard, munching on your munching on your now regular burger-sized burgers.
Oh my god, these are really good.
Kitchen Ghost outdoes himself again.
Kitchen ghost is in fact a kitchen ghost.
That doesn't mean anything. What are you talking about?
He's magic. He can make like the best food he wants. Or it
Yeah,
wants,
but
or
I
they
mean, it
want.
doesn't have anything to do with him, with them being a ghost. They're just really magic. I mean, Lysander, don't you know
Aren't
some stuff
ghosts
about
really
Kitchen
magic?
Ghost?
Sorry, what are we talking about?
Kitchen
The
Ghost.
tiny burgers that Kitchen Ghost made.
You haven't even touched your tiny burger.
Eat all of the tiny burger provisions before you even leave the school.
Lysander, are you gonna eat the tiny burger, or do you want me to make it tiny again?
Lysander picks up the burger and he takes a bite.
It is the best burger you've ever had.
I don't think Lysander's had many burgers, so that's a really low bar.
It's like when you imagine good burger, this tastes like good burger.
Very descriptive.
It's supposed to be abstract. And we're gonna keep playing this music while we wait for Rowboat to get back.
Yippee, yippee, yippee.
Yippee! Wahoo!
What?
Wahoo! Meow.
That is deeply unsettled my soul.
Meow. Meow. Yoshi! Meow.
No. I'm scared. Can we make Yoshi? Can we make Yoshi canon to the Starsong Academy universe?
The Starsong Academy Extended Cinematic Universe.
True. We have like little Yoshi mounts to travel through my life.
Oh,
No, imagine like you know how in the Wild West movies they have like do and they're riding through the sunset. That's what I'm imagining with Starsong Academy.
Just the four of you on different colored Yoshis as they go.
Yoshi!
Make it happen.
And then August brain blasts a Yoshi into blood and gore.
No! What would that sound like?
Just back. Robo is back.
Hi, Rowan!
Okay. Okay. Let's all take a few deep breaths so we can get back into roleplay.
That's We don't deserve Starsong Academy.
Okay. Deep breaths, everybody. Whew. Okay. Whew. I need to minimize Discord for a second. So you guys get to the edge of the Starsong Academy island. And as you look down, it is hundreds of meters to the ground. So, there's really only one way down. And he calls over, "Hey, Drake, it's about time."
He kind of saunters over and bends down more than the first time.
And you guys see as Drake
Let
walks,
us not have a repeat of what your husband did.
What did Cryos do?
It was not the most pleasant experience having him climb across my face.
Oh. I'm sorry about him.
Did not even ask. He simply started to climb.
Where are we supposed to sit, I guess?
He kind of gestured towards his right behind his head.
Oh, awesome. And you see Orion just like climbs on. And he is incredibly gentle about it. And in fact, you see that he is less climbing as he is like using his wings to get up on, but he's just like pushing himself up basically. All right, everybody, climb on. I'm on I'm on Dragon Drake.
No, Mr. Garrigan. Okay, I'll Augie climbs. Augie climbs like a normal person.
And now I'm gonna make you roll for it. Okay, everybody, as you are climbing up
What's the
Drake,
roll?
I just need you to make me either a brawn or a flight. And just let me know what you're picking, so I know what it looks like if you fail.
Oh god. Two of my lowest stats. Thanks, Game Cooter. How do I use this button again? I forgot.
Nice one, Mayo. Nice.
That was broad. Are you fucking kidding me? The first nat one in the set. Oh my god, the first nat one.
Okay, so yeah, Lysander and Rowan, as you're trying to climb up onto Drake, I just need a, either a brawn or a flight. Up to you.
Oh boy.
And then just let me know what you're rolling. You can roll whatever you want, Rowboat. And then Alec,
I
did
rolled
you...
flight.
Flight, awesome. So I just want you guys to know the DC was 5.
Oh wow! Wow!
Oh god.
So,
Oh my god!
so
Rowan and
here's how this goes. Lysander goes first, and Lysander, tell me how you climb up. There's like fur and scales everywhere.
Oh god. He kind of just looks for the place where it would be least uncomfortable for Drake and himself, and kind of slings his bag over his shoulder and climbs up like a rock climbing.
Nice. It's
But
only
tries not to
about
pull on him too much.
it's only about 15 feet up, so you don't have to climb that far. Just
Jesus.
but it's like curved, you know. So you're basically just climbing up an incline. I mean, it's a dragon's neck. It's like a tube. And Drake has leaned down significantly, so you're maybe climbing like to a max height of 8 feet. And then after Lysander goes, Augie goes. And Augie, tell me how you fail this. Tell me what happens.
She begins to clamber up this dragon, unsure of where she should put her foot or put anything. This quickly leads to her scrabbling for some random scale to grab onto, only to topple back down onto her back on the ground.
Are you all right, Miss Augustine?
I'm fine! Oh my god. Wait, no, let me rephrase that. Augie, as she's clambering up this dragon, she grabs onto the Rog's tail, slips down, bonks into Rowan, and takes him down with her.
And then Rowan, once you get up, how then do you fail to climb up? After you've already been knocked down once. Yes, Augie falls on you. What do you do? Oh no, I'm not done with you yet. You unmute and tell me how you fall.
So after Augie falls and Rowan and they both fall, Rowan decides to try climbing up first, and he pretty much messes up exactly how Augie does. His foot slips, he falls back, and he just falls.
Rowan, you fall directly onto Augie from like 7 feet up.
Oh,
And
Almost.
the entire courtyard hears Augie go, "Ooh!"
Augie is face planted into the ground.
Okay, and now you can both try again.
Miss Mia and Vivi had a
I'm
much
scared.
more
And
graceful.
Orion is gonna like
Mounting.
reach a hand down and like, come on guys, it's not so hard, just grab on.
Okay, this time I do grab onto Orion's hand.
Okay, roll for it. It'll be a lower DC, but you still have to roll.
I'm scared.
Oh, Alec, I hope you have the image in your brain that I have, because this is about to be really funny. Rowan, I need you to roll too. I'm gonna resolve these both at the same time. He's going to. And if he fails, it's gonna get worse.
Oh my god!
So,
How did you roll that? Why did you roll that? Why?
and now, he's gonna roll, Brawn.
Did he try to use flight this time, or?
So, his DC was 5, so he passes on both. But... So, Orion manages to help up Augie, and Augie, you get situated right behind Lysander. And then he reaches his hand down. Rowan, grab on. Rowan, right here. And he's like holding his hand out to you, Rowan. Rowan. This is your cue, Rowan.
Rowan, grab his hand!
Sorry, I just was.
Slowpoke?
Rowan,
Yeah, Rowan, after falling again while Augie was climbing, just reaches out for Orion's hand this time.
So you reach up to grab Orion's hand, and you don't even think about like trying to climb while you grab it, and you like go to pull yourself up, not realizing you have his other hand, and you pull him down, and he falls and like squishes you. Oh, ah! Oh. You know what? I'm just gonna... And you guys see as Orion, from his back, these massive wings of orange and black energy shoot out from his back. And they flap. And you see that he picks Rowan up by, like, under the shoulders.
Drake just kind of uses one of his claws to just kind of rub his eyes.
And you see Orion, like, hold Rowan, like, you know how people hold their cats when they're carrying them around?
Yeah!
That's just how he's holding Rowan.
And he
who is
puts Rowan
significantly
down.
taller than him.
He puts Rowan down right behind Augie. And just hold on, please. And then he goes and sits in front of Lysander.
Okay, everybody, hang on. And Professor, we are ready to go when you are.
Very well. Let us go, children. And he takes off.
Oh,
This is how he was carrying, by the way. Oh, that was in the wrong chat, but
It works.
anyway. So, how are you all holding on? This is an important question.
Oh no.
Let me know, let me know.
Augie is probably grabbing onto like the ridges of. Oh my god, I forgot your character's name. Drake's Drake's back. It's rather than like clinging onto Orion. Or who's in front of
Lysander
her?
is really trying not to grab onto Jake very much, so he's like very loosely holding on.
Okay.
It's very awkward to be sitting on your coworker.
Yeah. So anybody who is trying to hold on to Drake, as we take off, I just need you to make me a flight roll. There's not going to be consequences if you fail, or not a lot of consequences. It'll be funny if you fail. The DC is 8.
Once again, I've gotten. Oh god damn
Oh
it.
no.
I guess that checks out considering how I'm not actually holding on to
Oh
him.
no.
Rowan, that's you too.
Guys, my RNG, I'm a little worried for Augie for the rest of this campaign.
I need you to roll flight because you're hanging on to Drake.
Trying to imagine the rest of the Mayohead household listening to her screech every 2 minutes.
I do get text
Oh,
messages about it.
at least
Don't worry.
somebody made it.
So, as Drake takes off, Lysander and Augie, you both begin to like lose your grip and start to fall. And you know that motion that like oh god, like
I think I know what you're talking about.
like a carriage driver makes when they're holding the reins for horses? Like that little up and down snapping motion.
Yes.
You watch as Orion does that, and these black and gold energy chains form around all of you, and like in almost a like saddle formation around the dragon, and you are all
Giddy up.
locked in. And in fact, Orion does say, "All right, Drake, giddy up." Sorry, is that demeaning? I just thought it was funny.
Save a horse, ride a dragon.
And then Drake takes off, and you guys, as Drake swirls around, and you watch as you guys go down around this spiraling ice and water structure that's holding up the school. You guys reach the bottom.
Holy shit!
Whoa! Music
This is wrong.
Oh, it's for the
Actually,
rock.
this
I
is
think
close
it's
enough.
completely correct.
This is close enough.
What's he doing down here?
He's not. You guys get down to the bottom, and you see a little group of people just standing at the base. And it seems like they're two older guys, and this one like young dude. He's got like brown, roughly short hair, a lot of stubble on his face, wearing like a white polo that's like unbuttoned at the top. Looks very
wait a minute.
dingy. He's got like black slacks on.
Are these?
And
Is this
it's not you yet. No, you're not there. But
no, but is this?
you guys get
like
down
they are?
and you kind of like dismount. And this guy looks up at all you and Orion goes, hello? Hey, how are you all doing today?
Okay, scrunches up her face at this dude.
Nice of you to come by the gates of hell or whatever. Nice fucking school, I guess. Saw your little friends leave here about a day ago. They seem to be getting on just fine. And who are you, tall glass of water? And he's looking over at Lysander.
Lysander he just stares at him for a second. He doesn't even process what's going on. He just blinks. He's like, excuse me?
You're looking pretty handsome, big guy. Why you got an octopus in your little orb of water over there, man? My name's Chris. What can I do you for?
Who are you?
My name is Chris. Chris Graham. Cracker.
Are you like a Starsong Academy teacher?
Am I a what? Teacher? All I teach is the motion of the ocean.
Augie leans over to Rowan and like nudges him with her elbow.
And he like tries to like start moving towards you, Lysander. He's like kind of shuffling up at you. And I think you already got a bit of water going on. Why don't we see what else gets wet?
Oh
my god.
Rowan.
Lysander kind of pulls out his wand defensively.
Hey, no need to wave around funny sticks, old man. I'm just trying to see some other sticks, you know?
Rowan, I should punch
And
this guy. I think it'd
now
be
that
really
he's
funny.
like this close to you, Lysander, you can smell the wine on his breath. Me and my boys over here, Jakey and Tom, we're wandering through hell looking for some hot mamas. But I'm not looking for the mamas, I'm looking for the men.
That's great.
Are we still
Not
on
gonna
train?
find anything here.
I mean, why not, big guy? Eh?
Excuse me.
Lysander just like he's very clearly like wholly like bottling down like fury, like pure rage, and he just turns away.
Is Drake still here, by the way?
Yeah, 100% he is.
At this point, Drake just kind of moves his head in front of everybody, right into the direct line of sight of these guys, and just releases a roar.
And you roar, and you see these guys, like, you see them scurry away, basically.
Skedaddle.
It looks like they should be making cartoon noises. And you see they walk off into the wasteland somewhere. And you watch as, from his pocket, Chris pulls out a wine glass on his while he's running away and from his other pocket pulls out like a blood bag full of wine and fills his little wine glass.
Oh my god.
Well,
I feel disgusted, and
that
he
was
didn't even talk to me.
Lysander, I am so sorry. I wanted to step in, but I just didn't know what to say.
Lysander just shakes his head in exasperation. Like he's like, what the fuck is going on?
You should have let me at him.
I didn't know there were gonna be hell hookers.
What?
I didn't hear those words.
Orion. I do not believe they are originally from here.
Oh my god, you're so right. They're just probably from Chicago. Does that make it worse or better?
To be honest, I don't know.
We should just get
And
moving.
Drake kind of bends down now to let them off.
Guys, they're like going in the same direction we are. Do you want me to just... Drake, do you think you could fly us a little further? That won't hurt your magic, right?
Not at all.
And you all get back up on Drake. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. And you fly
Oh my
further.
God.
You fly further down,
What the fuck?
and Drake drops you off probably like 4 miles ahead of these guys. And you see them like see Drake and start going the other way.
You know, it's kind of a miracle that they even approached to begin with while he was still there.
And Drake takes off and goes back towards the academy. And so I do have more stuff. Are you guys cool if we take about a 15-minute break though? I gotta get Zach to work.
Totally.
Yeah.
I need to eat dinner.
Okay,
I need to eat lunch.
okay, we're gonna break. We're gonna come back at 10 past 10. So that'll be 10 past noon for Aussies. So it's actually more like 25 minutes. But and then we are going to get into the final like part of the session. But I expect it to take a little while, so
Okay. Can you unmute the spectators?
yeah. And I'm just gonna let I'm just gonna put on
you
this
can do
song on loop and
Yippee!
and then I'm gonna
Oh!
put a I'm gonna put a break thing on the recording and I'll just put it back when we're back. So just give me like 2 seconds. And we are back from the break. So where we left off, you guys had just gotten dropped off about 4 miles ahead of Chris and crew. And as you do, you watch as Orion quickly bursts out his wings again and shoots forward. And you guys look where he went and you see explosions in the distance. You watch as you see a giant hammer made of fire form into Orion's hand. And you see him become a speck on the horizon line. And you are all left standing here in naught but each other's company. Speak amongst yourselves.
Is it okay if I was just about to ask Orion a question and maybe do that whole thing we discussed? Just before and then he left?
Yeah. You could have been about to ask him something.
Yeah, I was just reaching out, about to speak up, and then okay. And I'm gonna glance at Augie to see if he also, noticed, all of that.
Of course she noticed. She looks just as dumbfounded and confused.
Gosh. Oh gosh. Do we wait? He didn't say anything.
Is there something over there?
Do we go over there? The fact that he didn't even say anything means there must be something important.
Lysander, where did Crow Guy go?
Or maybe he just saw Chris again.
That's true. I would do the same thing.
Either way, I don't think I would want to go over there either way.
Hey, Lysander.
I was gonna...
Hi.
Hey. Guess what?
Hi. What?
Knock, knock.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Very tentative. Who's there? Who was it?
You find yourself in your mind's eye. Where would Lysander's happy place be? That he keeps his brain.
OMG, it's a memory palace. Is this a Hannibal reference?
No, but when Lysander needs to calm himself down, where does he find himself in his mind?
Somewhere cool, like the Wave Watcher Tower or a beach.
You find yourself in the Wave Watcher Tower, which you have climbed many a time just to watch the waves hit the side of the island. As it always seems peaceful to you how the tide rises and sinks, no matter what good or bad happens. And you, without turning, hear the knock on the door to the tower. And you watch as the floor around you begins to bubble and boil black.
Well, that's not ideal.
And you can feel that presence coming from the door.
I guess there's nothing to do but open the door.
Do you open the door?
Yes.
You feel a presence. You are not sure who. You are not sure what. You get one question. and you feel yourself wondering what this is as your mind and your soul fills with dread.
Wait, so I get to ask a question?
One question.
I choose, what are you doing here?
You get 6 words. We were meant to be together. And the door slams. And you... Something about this energy, something about this magic, brings you back to when you were young. In a rituals classroom. You remember that mere days before you had taken the artifact that let you summon Octavius and recited the incantations and banished Maximilian Ebonnaire from the school, revealing his deceit to the entire magical world. You remember a different artifact that Maximilian had originally been quite keen on you learning to wield. It was formed as a small tablet with a stone panel in the center that when turned would form a onyx tornado and then would sink back into itself when turned the other way. And you remember a memory that you had previously blocked away with much of your childhood. As when you closed it, you could hear in your mind, I will find you again. And then you are suddenly, with a gasp, brought back to reality.
My center is pretty visibly shaken after this. He
And
just kind of takes a moment to regather himself.
even though physically there is no lasting effect, Lysander, you do... This is hard to put into words, but you can feel something pulling at your mind. Not in a forceful way. How do I... Say that you were walking with a friend and they had their hand on your back. You know that like soft touch? You can feel that on the back of your mind.
Oh boy.
Just present. That's all.
Yippee.
And Augie and Rowan, you can both clearly see that Lysander's expression has shifted.
Augie, she turns to Lysander. She goes, Lysander, did something happen? We should probably go after Orion. He might need help.
He looks like he's trying to speak for a couple of moments and nothing happens, and he finally forces out, okay, yeah, let's go.
Okay, you guys begin to run towards Orion, and after a few minutes, you realize that he is also flying back towards you. You can see, though, as you're running, as these giant fiery weapons stab into the ground behind him. As you can see that he is constantly waving his hand and casting magic. And you see, going off in the direction of the island you are not headed towards, this black mass of something.
The Gloober.
You can see it screaming. And it runs. But Orion eventually catches up with you guys, and you see that he has a person in his arms. Person with a heavy question mark. And he sets them down in front of you and says, Guys, she's injured. Rowan, they taught you healing necromancy, right? Please.
Okay, I'm just gonna do that. Okay,
Okay, so I'll just have you roll a grit die with magic, and if you would like to use order magic as well, you can, but I will have you roll an order die. But that's risky, so up to you. As you guys can see that all across this woman are gashes. You can see part of what looks like a effervescent shield that has been melted away. Yes, +3 for necromancy. Saw a snail today. $27 is good. And your magic die does explode, so you can roll that again if you would like. So that's a total of 32. You are able to heal most of this woman's injuries. Would you want to tell us what it looks like?
So Rowan doesn't have a whole lot of experience with healing someone up close, so he just decides to just sort of hover his hands over the wounds and just see how they close and just see if he can maybe do better next time while he's doing this.
Rowan, as you try to focus, as you focus this magic through your hand, you see as like almost a mist seems to fall out of your hands, and each droplet of water turns into a strand that begins to stitch together the wounds. And every time a wound closes, you watch as these little strands of mist fade away and leave the wound as it was. And coming back to consciousness, Marcos, if you would like to describe your character.
She's rather tall, at 7 feet, with, you can see under, she has a olive skin tone, so not quite pale, but not quite tan. But she's wearing a She's wearing what could be it's a almost shimmering, it looks like, tank top that cuts off about midway between her stomach and her chest without any sleeves. And she's wearing a pair of long but baggy pants with a pair of worn boots and her hair is wild and unkempt, and it goes about to the middle of her back. It's a shade of jet black.
Anything
And-
else about her skin, maybe, that they should know?
Yes, I was getting to that. You can see from her hands to about the elbows are, well, her hands are claws, and you can see going from her hands up to about the elbows is a green and blue metallic looking scales.
And go
Coming
ahead.
up around her neck, sort of going from like the neck up to just below the jawline are also these same scales.
And you guys hear Orion go, Ellie? And Lysander, I would like you to make me a brains roll. Okay, with a 24, you would know about this. So, talk to me for a second. I'm gonna help you work this through. So, you would remember, as Lysander, that the first recorded case of a necromancer was who? So you would be remembering that the first recorded necromancer was
Orion?
Yes. And going through your memories of magic history, you would remember that Orion is how many years old?
You kept changing it, so I have no idea at this point.
It's 400.
300 or 400, okay.
Yeah. And you would know that originally, when Drake Garian, who was not a professor at the time, took up the Orion project, you would know, and this is what I'm going to deafen everybody else for. Or, I meant to deafen, I muted instead. You would know that Drake Garian had a daughter who disappeared alongside Orion for supposedly unrelated reasons.
So,
But that's what you get.
Do with that what you will.
When you see that Orion shows this woman some familiarity, that's what you get. And keep that to yourself or share, but that's for you to know.
well, Lysander isn't the jump to conclusions kind of guy, so he'll kind of like make the connection, but probably not say anything.
Okay. And yeah, Orion kind of holds her
Ellie, you're here.
She kind of starts to stir, and as soon as she sees Orion, her eyes kind of grow. You see a pair of golden eyes that almost seem to glow. They look at him for a long moment before, for a woman who was just quite seriously injured, she moves quite quickly. She pushes Orion onto the ground. Her eyes are wild, and there's a sort of
Hey!
ferality to them. As you see, she raises her hand, and a small black crystal forms in it, which she crushes, and you see a longsword appear in it.
Hey!
This longsword
Whoa!
looks jagged and almost like obsidian, with glowing goldish orange energy flowing through it. And she just holds it up. She's like, "Who are you to look like him?"
It's me. It's Orion. It's Orion. I promise.
There's no way. You can't be him. It's been too long.
It's me. I promise. It's been a long time. Remember, we were best friends in school.
Tell
We
me
went-
something. She kind of holds the sword closer to him. Then tell me something only he would know. Something only Orion Stella would know.
Oh, you'll have to let me think for a second.
She brings
that-
the sword closer to him.
The one time, the time in elemental studies when you were trying to cast a fireball and you burnt your tail and you got made fun of it for weeks.
She kind of pulls the sword back a little, and you see it sort of break apart as she sits back,
I know, it's been a long time.
and she quickly pulls him into a bone-crushing hug.
And you hear his ribs crunch. You hear her like grab it, you just hear like yeah, she like pops his sternum.
You have to realize he is tiny compared
He's
to her.
so little.
And
Yeah, okay, it's good to
she's
see
a
you too.
she's a rather large, muscular woman.
It's good to see you too. Please let go. That hurts.
She lets go.
You're a lot buffer than you used to be.
Well, that's what kind of happens when she stands up to her full height and her wings kind of
God, you're tall.
unfurl from her back, and she kind of lets them rest. It's been a long time, but that's what happens when you have to fight to survive in a place like this.
Yeah. I'm glad I was able to catch you when you were being attacked by that thing.
She kind of grabs a hold of his face and just kind of examines it. How are you still alive?
That is a really good question. He like kind of
You should be long dead. You are a human.
I definitely was.
Was?
I don't know if you remember, but like the day you came here, you know how I got selected for a special program?
Somewhat.
It wasn't so special. I'll tell you
Her
about it later.
Entire demeanor kind of changes and her eyes just darken. What happened?
I'll tell you about it later. But first you should meet my friends. So this is Mr. Lockwood or Lysander, whichever he prefers. And he like gestures over at Lysander.
She just now kind of looks over at them and is just examining them cautiously.
Okay, my push-to talk was just Discord was fine, and the second you addressed me, it died. Anyway, as soon as Orion speaks, he like says it's Lysander. Lysander is fine. He does the like dad wave.
He's
She kind of nods her head somewhat.
He's really smart. He knows a lot about history. He and I we get along. He's probably my best friend right now. Oh my god, Ellie! And you see Orion like fly up a little bit with his wings, and he like grabs her by the face. I'm married.
What? She kind of just grabs his head. What all have I missed?
We'll camp tonight, and I'll tell you everything. But first you should meet these two. This is well, I suppose actually so you know where we are, right?
Malais's realm, yes, I've met him and done things for him. He's asked me to keep people safe.
I'm also gonna deafen the bakers for this and Lysander. Orion, here, wait. I will first undeafen to tell you what he does, and then I will deafen for what he says. He points directly at Augie, and then whispers in Elawin's ear. That one is Malais's champion. He picked her. And the other one is Magica's champion right now. And that's what he says.
As soon as he says that, she kind of looks at these two, and then looks at Orion, looks at these two, cocks her head to the side like, really?
He just not. Yeah, right? Isn't that crazy? Those two kids?
She kind of holds her chin. But him, he kind of points at Rowan. He chose him.
I mean, yeah, she chose him. Is that so crazy? I mean, yeah, it's a little crazy. Don't worry about it. But yeah, Rowan, Elawin, Augie, Elawin. This is my best friend from 400 years ago.
Elawin's head snaps to his side. That's how long it's been.
Yeah?
But that doesn't... She kind of starts mumbling to herself.
Here, wait, introductions. And he like pushes her forward. Go.
He tries to push her forward.
Yeah.
Or she shakes her head and steps forward and kind of crouches down to Augie's level and kind of holds her head. She's awkward about it.
Augie, despite Elawin towering over her for the most part, is all puffed up. She and she just kind of looks at her hand, and her wand is hovering over her pocket where her wand is. She does not trust this woman.
Augie, it's
We
okay. Just shake her
kind of
hand. She's
got
cool.
off on a wrong foot, it seems. I apologize if I frightened you with my behavior. I've been alone for a long time, tormented by creatures and visions.
Augie, you can see behind Elawin, Orion is making like a handshake motion with his own hands, and he's like giving you a big thumbs up and like a big smile.
Augie squints at Orion, glancing back and forth between Elawin and Orion repeatedly before
She kind of turns her head and looks at Orion.
His
behind
hands
her.
snap to his side when she turns. Yeah, what's up?
She cocks her head like a puppy. And
What's
then
up?
Looks back at him. Looks back at Augie.
Augie finally takes her hand away from her pocket and then reaches out and shakes Elawin's hands tentatively.
He's
Oh.
trying to be very gentle about the handshake, but you can tell there's a lot of strength behind her hands.
You guys can make an opposed brawn roll if you really want.
Yes!
I said brawn.
Not fight? Bro.
You can make fight. You have to. You both have to agree. Brawn or fight.
Which one?
Big brawn.
Oh! This is why I want to go my Augie training arc.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's wrong.
This isn't fair!
I did that wrong.
Teach me how to
It's
lift
just
weights!
our- What was it? It's just
Exclamation point roll. You had it all right, except the
I
exclamation
just-
point goes first.
Yeah.
No, Mayo has a D6 rowboat. Flight is the D8.
not too much harder. But
It's
again, she was trying to be gentle.
Yeah,
It doesn't break Augie's arm or anything. We're fine.
no, but it hurts a little bit.
Augie scrunches her face really aggressively.
Oh, I'm sorry. She kind of backs off a little bit.
No, if you shake her hand,
Before
it'll
she
be
then-
brawn for you too.
Before she then stands up and kind of walks over to Rowan. Before she stops in front of him and kind of her face kind of looks quizzical as she sniffs a little bit. You why? She kind of just stares at Rowan for a long time, not saying anything.
Rowan and Elwyn just staring at each other.
Hi. What are you doing?
You smell like a dragon. Yet
Oh,
not.
yeah, no, that would be my. Well, that would be Drake. I think he took us over here just a couple minutes ago.
It would have been hours by now.
Oh, couple of hours. Right, my bad.
My father did that?
Wait, what? Could you say that again?
Let me give a proper introduction. She kind of does a bow.
Are you Elawin?
I am Elawin
Garian?
Garian. It is a pleasure to formally meet you.
Gosh, Rowan's running his hands through his hair and just. Oh, okay.
And Rowan, you suddenly make
Um.
a connection. Roll me brains.
No kidding. What's my plus for brains again?
Marcos, I hope you don't mind me revealing it this early. I mean, we're
It's
both.
fine.
12 plus 1.
The DC is gonna be pretty low because she did say it to your face, but yeah, that's definitely enough. This is your very big sister.
Oh gosh. Okay. Okay.
Rowan's in the middle. He has a
Okay.
full human younger sister and a full dragon older sister.
With a strange father. Oh boy. Oh gosh.
What?
Okay.
I don't know if Augie
I'm
knows that
Rowan
Drake is Rowan's
Rowan
dad.
also
Yeah,
fails.
she was there.
I was,
And he
yeah,
told
Augie
her.
was there.
Oh, then Augie, you would also make that connection.
Oh.
gosh. I look at Augie, silently pleading with her not to say anything.
Augie
kind
just
of-
has the most flabbergasted expression on her face. She is so stanced up right now.
Augie's
I shook
jaw
my head at
comically
Augie,
hits the
please.
floor.
Yeah.
She kind of looks over at Lysander and Orion. What is with this reaction?
Nothing.
Augie looks like she's
I'm
seen the
Rowan.
horrors.
Orion has his hand over his mouth.
I put my hand on Augie's shoulder after giving her one last look to please not say anything. Please, 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 I'm begging you. Rowan also bows, I guess. Trying not to like headbutt Elawin or anything. Just because, I am Rowan Bolts. It is nice to meet you, Elawin. Garion. Yes.
There's no need for last names. You may
But
call me
you
Elawin.
used yours. Oh, okay. Okay, you can just call me Rowan then.
Her face kind of raises into a sharp-toothed grin.
Rowan grins back, but his teeth aren't sharp. He didn't get the sharp tooth genes.
Actually, that's not true.
No, but like he ate rocks. I don't think he has sharp teeth.
No, I'm saying. So, I don't know if you would notice since it's you and you can't see yourself. But
Have you heard of him?
how old is Rowan?
He turned 17 this year.
So, in this world, Draconians generally mature when they hit about 100 years old, which is considered adulthood, and that is when they can fully become a dragon. Now, Rowan has half dragon and half human, and the human adult age is 18 or 21, depending on how you flip it. Rowan, you have some sharp teeth coming in. And Augie, you can see it when he does a toothy smile to match Elawin.
Yeah, her eyes are closed and she has this big, wide, sharp-toothed grin on her face.
Augie is glancing between the both of them. She doesn't know what to say. She's flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted. You
And
siblings, how?
that is where we're going to end the
Why
session.